like that Monday or like the after the weekend, we're like in the chow hall watching like TV and like it like came on the news or whatever. And I was like, well, glad we didn't go to Vegas this week. I'm glad we didn't get stuck in Vegas.
We probably got wrapped up in some shit.
Yeah. But that was that's a whole case study that I loved studying or whatever. But anyway.
We're up. We're live. We're back.
Welcome back to recording. Yeah, we've been talking shit for the past half hour. Welcome back to Ridgeside K9EC Radio with myself and Mike Swarchak, big boss man, big owner,
the boss,
like
Ricky Rose.
Ricky Rose.
Shout out to Rose.
Mikey Swarse.
Nope.
All right, let's
swing and a miss.
Tone it back in, Jersey. Today we're gonna be talking about
socialization.
I was gonna say engagement. That was last episode.
That was, and it's still stupid.
Today we're talking about socialization, which, depending on how you look at it, is also stupid.
Now I'm gonna have to make sure this episode drops after that one, or people can be like,
just send them in a loop. These? Just keep searching.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, we have like 15 interviews that have already been posted. Go find them.
Yeah. So socialization is another one of those terms that I think nobody really understands what it means, right? They
have their own definition of it.
99.9% of the clients that call us and they say, I want my dog to be social. To them, it means like, I want this dog to play with other dogs, run around in dog parks, and just like be super duper happy.
How they think dogs should be because of the portrayal of TV, Hollywood, or what they just have a feel-good feeling about.
Yes.
Like that in itself is a root cause of problems, is like your dog not needing to do that.
You mean to tell me there's a direct correlation after a movie about Malinois comes out, there's a increase in purchases of Belgian Malinois?
I've seen a few of those studies.
Yeah. John Wick ruined it.
Yeah.
What was the one with Channing Tatum?
Dog.
They actually did a pretty good portrayal of what living with a Malinois is like.
We need to do movie reviews. So if you have a dog movie that you have in mind, drop that in the comment. Let us know so we can watch it, and we're going to do a breakdown of all these dog movies.
Yeah. Somebody please mention Strays so I can watch that for like the 10th time.
I'll comment on it from my account. First comment.
You or Katie.
Yeah, me or Katie. First comment, second comment, and review Strays.
Yeah, and then we'll do a raffle.
Yeah.
But yeah, socialization is, to us, or like to me, how I kind of define it and what I tell the clients when I'm, correcting them, educating them, whatever, is the dog just being able to be in public or understanding the settings, right? Because we always have to remember a dog, a couple hundred years ago was a wolf, relatively, right? And then all of a sudden we're bringing it into homes, four walls, like you like to say, taking it to restaurants, wineries, breweries, or whatever, and we're just assuming they should understand how to coexist like we do as humans, being social, what's socially acceptable, at a restaurant for a human is way different than a dog, right? Like we were taught at a young age by our parents not to just run and grab food off of like strangers' plates.
Right.
But to a dog, he's like, hey, that shit smells good. I want to eat it. Especially if the dog's never been trained or taught, right?
Yeah. Like it's like kids and dogs do have the same instinct. Like they do both want to run into the room,
do whatever the fuck they want,
and do whatever they want. But if same thing for a lot of different principles. Like if your dog barks at the door and it runs over to it and it's like clawing at the door and barking. Like if your kid was doing that, what would you do? Like if your dog is constantly counter surfing or constantly getting up on the table and getting food. If your kid was doing that, what would you do? Same thing for socialization is like to teach manners, to teach socialization. It's like you have to teach it almost the same way as with a child. Is show them that picture, show them what you want them to do.
Yeah, I think like socialization to me for a dog is not recess, right? It's not just run around, play with dogs, right? Like
it's having manners.
Yeah, and teaching them how to coexist and be social amongst humans. And that doesn't mean going and saying hello to every single person. It
Right.
just means like go where I go and understand how to behave.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of dictate what we're going to do. Like, do you want to go say hi to this person, or it's a person I trust? Like if I go to a social setting with my dog, when other trainers are there, like close friends, I'll let him go up and say hi to people because I know they know who he is. They know how to respect his boundaries, and they're not going to do weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if like it's a complete stranger, don't even pay attention to them. Right. They don't matter. This thing that my dog needs to say hello to everybody is not accurate.
Right. Like it's going to have negative consequences, in the long run. And like you wouldn't let your child run up to everybody. Like just the same way, like I always tell clients, like you don't walk into Target and start like screaming at everybody and hollering like at every person you see like in the store.
We'll caveat this. You should not
you shouldn't
allow your children to do that, or you should not do that in a social setting. People are extreme sometimes.
Yeah. And like, that's the thing is like,
especially with short blue hair,
if you are socially awkward in that sense, like you are not properly socialized or you're not properly, taught manners, whatever it is. So it is the same thing for the dog is like I am your handler. I am your owner. I'm your best friend.
I'm your parent.
Yeah. Like you should have that respect or mutuality and care for me when we go out to places, not everything else. Like on both sides of it, like you shouldn't want to go see everybody else. And, it's going to benefit me and help me out more if you're not doing that by like not giving me the headaches of dragging me everywhere and barking and hollering at everybody.
Hollering.
Dogs
be hollering. Yeah, that's how you know you've been in North Carolina too long.
Way too long.
Yeah, hollering. Yeah, and as a caveat, right? Like I will shit on dog parks 100% of the time, and I tell everybody never to take their dog park. That does not mean that I'm like anti dogs hanging out with dogs.
Right.
Right? Like my dog's Thor plays with every social board and train that comes through, right? Because he's a social dog. He very fair. He enjoys doing that. I will never take him to a dog park.
Right.
And the reason for that is it's a very big learning experience for the dog, right? My 3 biggest problems with dog parks is number one, they're absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, the health and hygiene of it.
Yeah, people, they're never maintained or cleaned, right? Apparently there's like this thing where there's paid for dog parks now.
Oh yeah, it's like not an Airbnb, but it's like you can rent someone's backyard. You mean
they're like it's actual like it's kind of run like a business where you pay like a monthly membership to that specific dog park.
So not a public dog park, basically.
Right? Yeah. But those are cleaned, right? So like somebody picks up after it, like sanitizes.
Business,
yeah, so it's a business thing that I'm cool with, right? The other thing is every single dog park that we go train around, it's a social hour for the parents, right? So they just dump the dog into this like Thunderdome situation, and nobody's paying attention to the dogs. They're just there talking because the dog's out having fun, right? And I take my kids to playgrounds all the time because I want them to burn off energy, right? But I'm also watching them like a hawk the whole time.
You should be.
Like I'm not. Yeah, you should definitely be watching your kids. Now it's not that I step in on like every single interaction they're having. Like if they're playing with a kid and it's normal and it's fine, cool. Do you?
But
right?
If they were pushing someone down and knocking them over, and
if they're being an
them,
asshole and it's like getting out of line, that's where I'll step in.
Yeah, that
right?
doesn't happen at a dog park.
No, absolutely not. I would say high 80%, 90%, the dogs that come in that are aggressive now, you hear the same story. My dog used to be cool with dogs, loved it. Then it went to a dog park. It got its ass kicked. And now he's turned into like
fearful,
Cujo, right? Because it is single event learning. That dog learned in that one instant, like, I don't trust any dog ever again. So now I'm just going to be a bully first.
Yeah.
It's like the mentality I would take if I go to prison. Like, I'm just going to go all in.
Yeah.
But if you have a group of friends or whatever, and you have like your dogs and you guys go hiking with friends' dogs all the time, everybody's in control, everybody's managed. It's a group of fair dogs, and they understand and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
So please allow your dogs to play with dogs if they want to. That's a big caveat. If the dog wants to do that,
Right.
then do it, right? Like if your dog hates going to the beach, don't take it to the beach. If your dog hates being around dogs, don't put it around dogs, because the dog doesn't want to do it. So why am I going to force it to do some shit? Because it makes me feel better? Like, am I projecting my emotions into the dog, or am I the advocate for my dog?
Yeah,
right. So
you should be advocating. You know, it's like a play yard with kids. Like it has the chaperone. They're gonna advocate if like one of the extrovert 4-year-olds is running around bullying a bunch of the introverted kids, and they just want to kind of be left alone. Like,
yeah,
you know, having space to be calm and be comfortable.
yeah. So stop taking your dogs to dog parks.
That's a big one.
I say that, but I just partnered with one.
Oh yes,
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I'm excited about that.
Was it rough something or
Yeah, Rough Draft down in
Draft.
Wilmington.
I just looked at that.
We're doing some marketing and some other collaboration stuff with them. But and we sat down and talked about it a lot because I went into it. I was like, bro, I got to be honest. I hate dog parks. And one of his things was like, me too. I'm like, I'm interested, right? But yeah, it's membership based and everything's evaluated and like.
Is it a brewery too, or is
Yeah.
it a bar or something?
So there's on one, so it's kind of like 2 buildings with a dog park in between it. They own both. One's a restaurant, one's a brewery.
Oh, that is cool.
And it's I forget the name of the restaurant, but it's like a high quality smash burger restaurant.
Monday we're going to the vet for Drake and Paisley for checkups. I think we're gonna have to. It's like down in Holly Ridge.
Oh,
So I think we're gonna have to take a Wilmington trip then Monday.
you're sitting in Holly Ridge right now, kind of. Technically, postal address.
Don't let the CIA know where we live.
They already do.
Yeah, they do. No, yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah, public dog parks where it's just like at a random park and they have a fenced off yard for a dog. Stop.
Yeah, and like again, it kind of roots back to like what is socialization, or why do you feel like your dog needs to do this? Like your dog can be fulfilled so many other ways, like outside of you not socializing them properly. Your dog doesn't need the socialization that you think it needs. Like you can do so much other stuff with it, which in then turn teaches it neutrality. Like I can teach my dog to be neutral and social and like have manners by going outside of the dog park and training.
What do you mean by neutral? I mean, I know what you mean, but let's break that down.
So
for
not
the average dog owner listening.
So not a dog that wants to go forwards out of either excitement or aggression, and not a dog that wants to go backwards out of fearful or shyness. You know, like my dog to basically a confident, calm, competent dog. You know, some people
So it just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, just doesn't really care that like it's in a new environment or there's things going on. You know, just a relaxed, just as you would expect a person, a well-mannered person to be, you know, like, you know, and kind of on the opposite side, like some people say like, yeah, like my dog's super confident, they're super protective, blah, blah, blah. And like, you know, cause they're barking at everybody or something. And I'm like, I am super protective of Ashley, right?
Yeah.
When we go to a gas station at 9 p.m., I'm not like pulling my gun out and yelling at everybody and like pointing it at everybody like, y'all better back up. Like, I swear. Like, no, like I'm polite, I'm well-mannered, I'm neutral, I'm calm.
Until you don't need to be.
Yeah, until I don't need to be. And like, you know, I tell people like, you know, outside of the, like people spend $60,000, $80,000 on these personal protection dogs that are trained for, you know, a year or two to do a certain job like that. When you see those dogs, like, and they're calm, they're cool, relaxed until time is to put the switch on, you know, like your dog with no training, who's also 6 months old and is kind of wishy-washy bred.
Yeah.
Like they don't have all of that capability. Like it's reactivity, it's non-neutrality.
The analogy I kind of use for that when I'm explaining it to people, that exact situation where like, oh, my dog's super protective. It, you know, puts its fur up. It's barking at everybody. I translate it to like the bar scene where you look at like the loudest dude in the bar is usually the most insecure by far.
Right.
So he's like, please don't exploit me. So I'm going to go in and just like put on this big display.
Yeah.
But this, like, it's the quiet killers in the back that you should really be worried about if you needed to be. And I'm the exact same way. Like, I'm situational awareness. I understand it. I've trained. I still train. Like, I can handle my own, but I don't like go sit at a restaurant with like
you're not broadcasting it,
kid on and like rifle hanging across my lap, which would probably be fine down here. Marines are weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those dogs, like if you look at Thor, very confident dog, has been in violent encounters. He like just lays there and is chill. But if he needs to not be, instantly.
Yeah, like that is we always tell people, like, you know, that is what a well socialized dog is a dog that can, like, you know, just like walking up to you and like you have a conversation, like you are calm, like you are neutral, you're not screaming and yelling at the person. So it's the same thing for the dog. And I mean, people, like I said, people just don't have that understanding just because of what they think or what they feel.
Yeah.
And
all right, so let's recap this and we'll wrap it up. So socialization is basically just teaching your dog how to coexist with humans. I think is the easiest way to break it down. And every dog's socialization is going to be different because it should be tailored to like your lifestyle.
Right.
What am I going to do? Right. Prior to moving down here, I was never really at the beach that much with Thor. So now we're working on some like socialization at the beach.
A little bit different environment.
Yeah. So tailor it to your lifestyle. Teach a dog just to be calm, not to be an asshole. That should be like our motto.
Teach it to not be an asshole.
Don't let your dog be an asshole.
I like it.
Wrap it up.
We'll put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. All right. Where can people hit you up?
rsk9nc.greg.
And the store.
And the store is RSK9 Training Supplies.
And then you can get us. First of all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're doing pretty good.
We are.
Room to grow a lot. YouTube's not offering me any deals yet.
Nope.
Yeah, you can find me personally at Mike_Swarcheck, and then the training page if you're interested in training. Would love to help you out.
Absolutely.
See you.
Later.